Hello everybody, welcome back to JuJu's Journey. I'm so excited to be finally stuffing my cash wallet today. This is what we're going to do in our video. I'm going to stuff my cash wallet in all of my cash envelopes for the first week of April. Last month we had 5 weeks in March and I did not plan on that. But going forward, I have a plan to help me better adjust to the 5 weeks. We only have 2 more months this year that have 5 weeks. So I have a plan in my head. Let's just hope it works. But if you are new to my channel, my name is JuJu. That's my nickname, of course. And this is my journey. It's a journey of basically surviving after your spouse dies, you know. Traumatic things happen in our lives, and sometimes we have to reset and learn how to live in a different way than we were accustomed to living prior to something that happens in your life. You know, everybody's going to have something that happens that sets them on a new journey. And this is my journey, trying to learn how to live by myself, trying to learn how to find happiness again and joy and peace and all the things that come with life, you know. So welcome to my journey and let's begin. So we're going to start by unstuffing or looking at my cash wallet. Easter hit yesterday. It was awesome. I cannot complain. First of all, I'm going to start by getting out my receipts. I always save my receipts and I highly recommend that you guys do too. You can download the Fetch Reward app and scan your receipts. And for every receipt that you scan, they'll give you points. And you can redeem those points later for different things. I just redeemed one for a $50 Amazon card. And so I'm excited about that. And so I'm going to continue to hold on to my receipts, scan them. I mean, you've already spent your money, so why not scan them and try to make more money out of the money that you've already spent? That's the way I look at it. In the description below, I will put my a link to Fetch Rewards, the app. It's very easy to download, and if you use that link, I think we both get extra points. So it's a win-win, and it's highly recommended. Fetch Rewards is an awesome program. So what I do with all my leftover money, cash, is I save it to go into my savings challenge. So JuJu's got $10, $11, $12, $13, $14 left in it. Groceries has 0. Dining out has 0. Lunch stays because, you know, that's how me and my daughters, we each put $20 in each week to buy lunch. Miscellaneous, no money. And giving, I leave giving in because that's just the way, if I see somebody in need, or I can try to help them. And so, therefore, we have pulled out all of our money. We can go ahead and count and see how much money I did not spend. And this is from 2 weeks, y'all. I will have to admit, I did use my debit card, but we're going to take care of that later. But let's see, we've got 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and $25 that we get to put into our savings challenge this week. I think that's pretty good considering I didn't stuff my cash wallet last week. I do have my monthly budget planner that I did that's going to show how much money goes to different categories. But I'm going to stick this over to the side so I can refer to it. But y'all don't have to see it because it's got a glare on it. And I don't want y'all to be glared. This is my I'm working at my craft table, and I do have craft paper on top. And you'll see that I jot notes down on this craft paper, so ignore that. So this is my bank binder, and I am sure if you watched my previous video, a lot of people don't do it the way that I do it, and that's okay. This is my journey, and the wonderful thing about cash envelope stuffing and using a zero-based budget, it's yours. You do not have to follow any specific guidelines that from any creator that you watch on YouTube. You take it and you adjust it to the way it works for you and your family. Me, I'm on a fixed income and I only get paid once a month. And I am 1 month ahead in my checking account. Like, I'm 1 month ahead for my bills, for my, from my income. So that means I have $3,000 that sits in my checking account no matter what. I mean, I do have a little bit more than that because I'm saving up for other things. But I also I keep $3,000 in, and I pull $3,000 and I keep it at home because I like to stuff once a week instead of stuffing once a month because it works better for me. It gives me a better relationship with my money. And if things were to happen, then I can come and unstuff some of this and just kind of put a halt on my cash envelope stuffing without interfering with the method, all the money that I've already saved. And then I've also planned for the month of April. Whenever I went to the bank, I have all of my denominations, how many I needed. Took my little sheet to the bank, and they gave me everything I needed, and it's actually in this envelope, okay? Or this binder. And this binder has all of my categories that I stuff. Everything that I need is in this binder. It's my bank binder. It is holding $3,000. That's all I have to budget for the whole month of April. So let's get started. We always start with my cash wallet. This is the wallet that goes with me on a weekly basis, okay? So JuJu, that's me. I get $50. So we're going to do 2 20s and a 10. And do you see kind of the madness that this... Let me see if I need to get y'all up a little bit higher. Bear with me for a minute, okay? See if that gets both of them in better. Okay. So basically, if something were to happen and I'm spending more money than I should, like I need to budget more, then I can, although I've budgeted all of this cash for the whole month for JuJu, I can say instead of giving myself $50 a week, I can go and say, you know what? You're not going to get anything this week because this is my own personal money to spend any way I want. So it gives me a better, control over the unknown. I guess that's the best thing to say. But right now I've got $50 in my wallet, and once I stuff this wallet, I'm not going to come back and get money out of JuJu until next week. Groceries, $50. Same, 2 20s and a 10 is what I give. So 20, 40, and 50 for groceries. And then for dining out, I give myself 30. And I'm really going to try not to dine out this week. That's going to be hard, but I'm going to try not to, okay? But I do budget $30 a week for dining out. And then lunch, I put in $20 each week, and then each of my daughters, I have 2 that put in $20 a week. And that's what we go and buy our lunch with. Miscellaneous gets 10, and that is in case I end up spending $55 on groceries. This is a buffer. I can use miscellaneous if need be. And then giving gets $5 a week. And I'm trying to let this accumulate a little bit. I've already purchased 3 $10 Burger King gift cards, and I've given out 2 of them already. That's in case I see someone that I think that can benefit from it. And then I'm going to also clean out my change. I've got tons of change. It won't even fit my change jar anymore. I've got to roll it and get it to the bank. But I've got lots of change this week. Or I guess it's 2 weeks worth, so I'll put it there so y'all can see. Oh, goodness. So we had such a great time. I don't know if you... I have a somewhat of a large family. My husband and I have 5 children, 4 girls, 1 boy. And out of all 4 of those children, out of all 5 of those children, 4 of them live here in my hometown. And so when we get together, we're only missing 1 daughter and 1 grandchild. So yesterday we had just a wonderful, wonderful time. And I would not trade it for the world. We had a great meal. The littles played. We have 2 that are under 2 years of age, and they're so much fun to watch. And then we have 1 that's 6 years old, and so she had so much fun. The Easter Bunny was wonderful to them. But the main thing is the grown-ups. The grown-ups had a great time. We had so much fun hanging out together. And it always makes my heart so happy to spend quality time with my family. Everybody had a great time, and it was wonderful. And I hope you guys had a great time too. Okay, these are my bills. Insurance, water, electricity, phone, internet, checking, car service plans, scrubbies, and subscriptions, and gas. When they... all of these except for gas is debited or comes auto pay out of my checking account. I do go ahead and pull the cash of my bills and stuff them. And as they come out of my checking account, I will pull this money and put it in my bank bag to deposit back into my checking account if I need to. If not, it'll just hang out in my bank bag. And next month, whenever I set out how many denominations I need, I'll pull from my bank bag first, and whatever I need from the bank, I'll go pull it. So sometimes I may only have to pull, $1,000 instead of $3,000. It just works out that way. But if I have to deposit it so I don't overdraft, it will definitely go back into the bank. But I like to do that because whenever I stuff the cash in here, it's like I physically paid my bill, and whenever I pull it out, I know it came out of my checking account, and it makes me want to look and make sure everything's good. It's just the way to be accountable for everything. And then whenever I get gas, I always use my debit card. So whenever I get my gas, I'll come and pull the money that I used and put in my bank bag because it came out of my checking account, if that makes sense. And right now I'm not stuffing pet food, so that one's kind of like just in there. So now we're going to start with my high priorities, okay? I use the zero-based budget, which means every single penny of my $3,000 has a job to do. By the end of the month, all of my money has gone to a very important job. High priority to me, house insurance. I pay it once a year, but it's one of my most expensive bills that I have. Because I realized that with my house insurance and my car insurance, that it is 1.5 of my monthly income. It's like almost $5,000 It was going to be $5,600, but I talked and we did some things and I got it lowered $1,000 a year. So $4,600 is what I paid this year. I only get $3,000 a month. So half of my 1 month and a half of my monthly income goes to car insurance. So I don't want to have to come up at the end of the year or next year because it's due in February. So this is really saving for 2027. I don't want to have to come up and say, oh my goodness, where am I going to find $4,600? And I'm sure to go up next year. But it gets $50 this week. And so I've got a $50 bill. And let's see how much money. Oh, I didn't do my placeholder, so I should have, I didn't do my budget sheets at the end. So I should have, I think, $700. I did use placeholders already. I took all my cash that I had saved and it went into my checking account. And then I transferred it to Ally Bank. It's a high yield savings account. So I can be earning interest, over 3% interest on this money. So I have $500 in the bank, $600. I have $650 in my high yield savings account. Now I have $700 that I've already saved for 2027's taxes. And I did not update my tracker sheets. And y'all, this is the most important part of your budget. Remember that if you're new here or if you're new doing this. Car insurance is going to get, well, let me look. I've got it written up here. It's going to receive 40, so that's 220s. So when I get off, I will go and update my trackers. So we have 100, 200, 300, $450 in the bank. How much did I say that was? 1, 2, 3, 450, 70, 80, 90, $120. So we've got $520 for car insurance for next year. Yay! It says I should really only have 500. So let me count that again. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 50. Oh, I know. I had to rebudget because of my electric bill, I think. So, no. I've got to go back on this tracker and recount because it says 480 plus 40. Oh, no. That's right. See, that's why it's good to go ahead and budget. I did that right. So 520. That's correct. Okay, house taxes is going to receive $25. And that should put us at $325. So let's see. 20. And I need a 5. That's for house taxes. And so that should put us at $325. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 20, and 5. Car taxes is going to receive a 20. And placeholders, y'all, I just ordered money off of Amazon, fake money, prop money. Are we doing car taxes? Car taxes is going to receive 20. Hold on. And it should put us at 260. I should have done that first. So we've got 100, 200, 20, 40, and 60. Okay, so I put a sticker on the money because it looks so real. But you can order this money off of Amazon. And then it's your placeholder. So you know how much money you have in the bank. So you know how much money you've actually saved. So I do highly recommend using placeholders. Pets and Vet. is going to receive a 20. I am happy to say that my electric bill was a lot lower, so I was able to do better budgeting, because I was only giving them $5 a week. But I need to play catch up because Pets and Vets needs more money. 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, and 80. So now we have $80 in Pets and Vet. That's awesome. Emergency is going to receive 5. And you're going to see that I'm kind of monotonous about how I do this too. But I need security. My mind where I am right now, because I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring, you know. I just need a lot of security. So emergency's got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and 60. $60 for emergency. I do have an emergency fund also in my Ally Savings account. What I did this year when I started in 2026, I rolled everything over to a zero balance in my binders. And I probably should not have done that. Next year I'm not, because I really want to know exactly how much when I look at these trackers, what I have saved. But my goal is to get 6 to 9 months with emergency funds. So what? 6 is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, $18,000 is what I would really want to have in my emergency fund. So we'll have to see. So I know I did emergency. Now I'm doing savings. So savings and emergency are kind of the same thing, but it's just extra security, guys. Extra security. So I've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. Let's see if that's correct. $65 in savings. And if I had an emergency, let's say my hot water heater went out, I would pull from this first. But before I went to my savings, that's the way I look at it. Medical, this is just strictly like for copays and if I need to go buy over-the-counter medicine or get a prescription filled. It's going to receive 5, and that should give us, put us at $65. So we've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. And see, guys, I've only been putting $5 a week in this envelope, and that's $65. Thank goodness I don't go to the doctor much, but now I feel okay if I went to the doctor. I might be able to afford my copay, and I may not have to pull from my savings or my emergency just to go, because I've already spent the money to go, if that makes sense. What you're doing is planning for your future. Car maintenance is going to receive 5. And I've already spent $25 this year out of here to get my tires rotated. So I'm building it back up. So this should make it $20. 5, 10, 15, and 20 for car maintenance. And then house maintenance is going to also receive 5. And this is not for major house maintenance, y'all. I do not really have a fund for that. And I do have some things that I'm going to have to do if I decide to sell my house before I put it on the market. But that's not this money. This money is if I want to paint my walls or buy air filters, So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, and 65. Just, things that you need, just little minor maintenance is what that's for. And month ahead, let's see, is going to receive 5. And that's just another way of, I know I have the savings and I have the emergency. This is another backup plan. I didn't stuff it whenever my electric bill was so high, but now that my electric bill went low, I'm back to stuffing. So we've got $5, $10, $15, $20, $25 for a month ahead. See, I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks, 2 months without stuffing this envelope. Because whenever I budgeted, I had to pick and choose what were the most important things that I needed. And month ahead was not. I was already 1 month ahead, but that was not a high priority. Tax prep is not going to receive anything. I don't, well, let me see. Month ahead. Tax prep, I changed it. It's going to be yearly fees, and it's not going to get anything today. And Amazon Prime's not going to get anything. I might need to change those envelopes. They're not really working for what I thought they were going to work for. Okay, so vacation. Now we're going to get to priorities, but they're not high priorities. These are low priorities. Because you do not have to go on a vacation if you can't afford it, right? You can, you just don't have to. But vacation is going to receive 20. I don't have anything planned until October. But I'm sure something's going to pop up. So I have $50 in the bank. And then now I have 20. So I have $70. I just spent, I think I had like $530 in here. And I used that a couple of weeks ago. So vacation is now up to, what did I say, $70. Entertainment. I know it sounds monotonous. It's not the same thing as vacation. Entertainment is if you want to go to the movies, you want to go grab a cocktail with a friend. You want to take something to your friend's house if she invites you over, like you might want to take an hors d'oeuvre. That's entertainment to me. So we have, we're putting in 5. So now we have 20, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, $65 for entertainment. I have not even entertained myself this year. And I don't really have anything on the future for that, really. I haven't planned anything. Adventure is going to receive 10. Now, adventure to me is, if we usually do Saturday fun days. Sometimes with the family, we might go yard selling in another town, find a cute little, tour the town, find a cute little restaurant, maybe some little shops, things of that nature. That's adventure, going off the beaten path of everyday life. Like if one of your friends calls you and says, you know what, I just heard they're having a festival or they're having such and such. Let's go to it. And you're like, I really don't have the money. No, you do, because you've already saved for it, So this is 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, $90 for adventure. And I have already used, I think, let me see. I've already spent $80 on adventure this year. So it's fun. My daughter and I went and spent the day in Conway. This is important. This used to be my daughter's wedding money, but she's already gotten married. So now I'm saving for a special gift for my daughter. They bought me my thumbprint necklace last year. So she's going to have $30. And I really want to save up and get her a thumbprint necklace. It's her dad's thumbprint on a gold charm. It's beautiful. And they're pricey. They're about $1,000. So I think with me and her husband and my other daughter wants to chip in too, my other daughter has one, then we can make that happen. You know, hopefully sooner than later. Because she's such a sweet person. She deserves it. Personal care is going to receive 5. And personal care for me is deodorant, shampoo, conditioner, things like that. I usually shop at Sam's, and it's just me, so my stuff really lasts. I haven't had to use that this year. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. So, I've got $65. I'm almost out of shampoo. Wish list is going to get $5. And wish list to me is something like I bought a computer last year. That was my wish list. This year, I don't know exactly what I'm going to use this money for, but I've got $10, $15, $20, $25. Wish list, that was one of the items that I didn't fund for 2 months because of my electric bill. Because that wasn't important, you know. Clothes, I didn't fund it for 2 months either. It's going to receive $5. And I'm not a big clothes shopper. I don't have to dress for work because I don't really work. I just sell on eBay. So I've got $5, $10, $15, $20, $25 in clothes. It's just that if I need a new pair of flip-flops or something, I have all the clothes I need. I don't need anything new for this season. Lawn and garden. I'm actually going to stuff it again this week. I put it on halt too for 2 months. So lawn and garden's going to receive 5. So we've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I thought I was going to plant flowers this year. I don't think I am. I just need to get out there and work in my yard. Because I didn't work in it last year. Last year was a horrible year. I'm now 1 year into my grief journey. It's really not that much easier, to tell you the truth. But it's a little bit different and better. But gifts are going to get $5. This is for family. Close family. Or not my children and my grandchildren, but like my aunt. People like that. I get a graduation gift. Someone graduates from high school or college. Or my really tight friends. So this is gifts. And I don't get invited to a lot of stuff anymore. I'm kind of out of that season. So that's why I only stuff $5. I've got 5, 10, 15, 20, $25 for gifts. And I'm just going to let it add up until I need to buy a friend a gift. I do have a good friend that's her birthday's coming up, and we would never spend that much money on each other anyway. So if I get her a cute little candle or something, it'll come from this envelope. Easter, I'm going to pull. I need to update that tracker. But I have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and 60. I did buy Easter goodies for the kids. My grandchildren. I probably spent more than this. And I bought a ham. But it's okay. I just put it in my bank bag, y'all. To go back to the bank. And let's see what we're going to stuff. Thanksgiving is going to receive 5. That was put on halt because of that dagblame electric bill for 2 months. And that gives us, what, $25? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. This is just to help with, Thanksgiving lunch. I can contribute for food and it won't break the bank. Christmas is going to receive 5. I didn't stuff it for a while. I'm not going to stuff Easter again for a while either. So we've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So we've got 25 for Christmas. And we haven't started stuffing Christmas Child, Fire Department, and monthly giving yet. They'll come. Whenever I fully fund something and I have extra money, then we'll start putting towards those envelopes. But last year we adopted 2 little girls for Christmas, and I'm definitely going to do that again. And then I do want to give some money to the fire department because I think they bought Christmas for over 100 children in our community last year. And this, my friends, is my favorite binder. Everybody knows it. It is my children and my grandchildren. I have 5 children. They all have spouses. So that makes 10 grown-ups. And then I have 5 grandchildren. And each week, I've stuffed $5 a week. Now, last week, I didn't stuff. That 5th week, if we have 5 weeks, I'm not stuffing envelopes. So, this is my favorite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is my favorite binder to stuff. So, this little grandchild's got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, $65 to go towards his birthday. I give them, I'm going to budget $200, and that's for birthday and Christmas for each of these envelopes. The children, they'll get a little bit more. So I'm just going to go ahead and just put $5 in. We pretty much know how much money we have. I have not had to use any money for the grandchildren this year because their birthdays haven't come yet. So each of these envelopes should have $65. And this is my daughter and her husband. They haven't had birthdays or anything yet. Her birthday is in, I'm doing youngest to oldest. Her birthday is in December. So December and Christmas are right there together, like December 22nd, then we have Christmas. And his birthday's in November. So we're good. We can let that money add up. This one, her birthday is December 26th, and his birthday has already happened. So they have less. I've already given him $50, so we only have $15 in this envelope. But the rest of them should have $65. His birthday is in July, but for the guys, I'm only going to start doing 50 because guys are different than girls. This daughter, her birthday's in June, and so she'll get $100. And then this one, her birthday's in February, and it's easy because I've already this money will accumulate until next February because I already gave her her birthday gift, but it was used with the year prior, if that makes sense. But anyway, I've been on this cash journey now my husband died December 11th, 2024, and I started this zero-based budget January 2025. And I've done it for 1 whole year, and now 1 year and 4 months. I have not missed stuffing. I have not missed budgeting. It has been the best decision that I've ever made for my family, or for myself, for my future. I'm not stressed as much because I know that I'm going to be okay. I know that my house taxes are going to be paid next year. And I know that my car insurance is going to be paid because I'm saving now for it. And I'm also saving to have fun too. You can't take that out. You still have to have fun. I could go get a job. I'm not too old to go get a job, but I haven't gotten there. And then I could have, really save more money. But I'm okay right now. I've got a lot going on in the background. My life is kind of stressful right now. But that's okay, Life gets stressful. That's what happens, right? So I'm going to put my bank binder up. And the money that we did not spend in the cash wallet, that's another incentive I give myself. I try not to spend all my money in my cash wallet that goes in my pocketbook, because all the money that I do not spend, I get to save it for my savings challenge. And so far this year, I've already filled up this one twice. This is $1 bill, so that's $120 I've been able to use. And what I do with the money whenever I accomplish this challenge is I take that money and put it somewhere where I feel like it's most needed. I put my money so far towards that vacation that I took when my daughter got married, because I wasn't going to have enough money just stuffing from 2026. So it comes in handy like that. You can do with your savings challenge whatever fits your needs. But I'm going to count my ones. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 ones. And so I'm going to mark 15 ones off of here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yay! I ordered these little saving sheets off of Amazon too, and you can clean them and reuse them with rubbing alcohol. And I'm using a Sharpie to mark out. So I'm going to stick my $1 bills in that envelope. And now, although this is a $5 savings challenge, I don't do it like that. I know that the money that I'm saving, because I've already used my ones, are going to be able to be divided by 5. So I had $10 left over, so I'm going to mark 5 and 10. And when this sheet is filled up, I will have $300. And I know what I'm going to do, because on those 5th weeks, the 5 weeks that we have, I think the next one's coming up is in March. I'm not going to stuff that 5th week. I'm just going to have to stuff my cash wallet. And so in my cash wallet, I need a certain amount of money. I need to add it up. Well, we can do that real quick. So we're going to have 50, 100, 130, 150, 160, $165. So April is only 4 weeks. So I'm going to try to work my butt off on saving as much money to get me through that 5th week in March. So I have April and part of March in order to come up with $165, so I can, budget that. So if I end up completing the savings challenge, I can take $160 and put towards that 5th week in March. And then I can take the other part and put towards something that's very important. Like if I have a vacation coming up, or I think I'm going to start stuffing and trying to get my house insurance covered. I would like it fully funded as quick as I can. And the same thing with the ones. I'm going to try to apply it to something important. But that 5th week is important, and then my high priorities right now are important. I don't have anything on my calendar for vacation, so right now, savings is going towards high priority. But anyway, I hope this video helped you. I hope it motivated you. That's my goal, is to, for like-minded people, to encourage everybody. You can do it. Like if I can do it and pay my bills and put gas in my car and make sure everything's good in my life on my little tiny budget. I live in a 3,000 square foot home. It's not that big, but It's not little either. With a very old heat pump on for the upstairs. And I have 2 dogs, 2 cats. I've got to feed them. I've got to take them to the vet, you know, on a year. Like, I have expenses, even though I'm on my own. I am very fortunate. This month is my birthday month, so I'm now going to be a 58-year-old widow living on a tight budget. But I am very fortunate. I am debt-free. I don't have a house payment any longer. I was able to pay my house off in December. Hallelujah. But that's normal for my age group. I should have had that house paid off. You know, I've lived here for, my daughter's 26. So it was time for my house to be paid off, right? So my house is paid off. I don't have a car payment. I don't have credit cards. Get rid of those credit cards, guys. They'll kill you. Don't have a car payment. Save up to buy a car. Try not to ever have a car payment. Don't be cash poor to your paycheck. Your paycheck is supposed to be yours to pay your bills, not pay your debt like your creditors. Some people are just paying their credit cards the minimum payments, and they're getting charged so much money, and they're living paycheck to paycheck, and they're putting their groceries on credit cards. I get it. Times are hard. Times are really hard. But if you get rid of your credit card debt and all of the other debt that you have in your life, like a car payment, a car is supposed to get you from point A to B. If you can't afford not to put groceries on a credit card, then you should not have a car mortgage, a car loan, you know? You shouldn't have it. You should buy a car that's going to get you to your job, to make money, to pay off the credit cards. And then whenever you get the credit cards paid off, then save up to buy you a more decent car. And then after you sell that junk car that you've got to a more decent car, drive it, and keep saving because you don't have a car payment. Then you can trade it into a better car. But always pay cash. It's not that hard, I promise. I've been watching Dave Ramsey for a couple of years. I only wish I had started all of this whole process whenever I was in my 20s. But I doubt I have a 20-year-old watching me. But if I do, start now. But if you're in your 50s, I just started this program last year. I was 56, almost 57 years old. Best thing I ever did. Doesn't matter how old or young you are. Use a zero-based budget. And you don't have to pull the cash. They have apps you can download. You can keep track just by using, in your bank. I'm a type person, I have to touch my money. And I feel like if I have my $3,000 in the bank and then I have $3,000 here, I'm good. So, for example, if something were to happen and I'm like, okay, I'm good. I have my money for my water bill. I've already got it. I can run and pay it right now. I've got that. I've already stuffed my envelopes this week for April. But if something were to happen, I'm going to hold off on stuffing my envelopes for the rest of the month. But I have all my 5s and my 10s and my 20s and my 50s and my overflow money. I can pull this first to try to help take care of whatever need that is. Something important came up. I'm not going to strip myself of my savings account or my emergency fund or anything else. I'm just going to put a stop to it. Stop to stuffing for entertainment. Stop for stuffing everything. I'm going to use this money first, and that way I don't upset anything I've already started. If this isn't enough money, then I'll go to my next, emergency fund. Or maybe I'll go to clothes first because that's not that important. I probably pull from silly things like that. Like I have my clothes fund, I have the wish list. I'll probably pull from those first before I go to emergency. Because those items, clothes and wish list, that is definitely not an emergency. And then I still have my money, like, to me, this type money, like, I need grocery money, so I've got it. And this is for the whole month. I've got dining out. Well, I can take my dining out money because that's definitely not important. Lunch, I'll still have to keep because, I mean, that's part of grocery money. Miscellaneous, I could use it instead of going and taking out of my emergency fund. Giving, I can put a hold on it. But I have to pay my insurance, my health insurance. So I want to make sure that I have the money to do that. This is all about security and making sure you're going to be okay. And also enjoy life. So anyway, I hope this video helped. I know I like to rant and rave. That's my age, y'all. You know, you got to hear us. We know what we're talking about. Anyway, God bless you. I hope everybody had a wonderful Easter. It was cute talking to my grandchildren. Well, I only have one that really understood what I was saying. But talking about the true meaning of Easter, you know, it wasn't about the Easter Bunny. It was about Jesus giving his life so we could have everlasting life. And what a joyful, like, missing my husband so much. I mean, it just, Easter's special because it just makes me know that one day I'll be able to see him again. And so that makes me happy. It makes that holiday a little better to cope without him being there, if that makes any sense. But anyway, y'all have a great day. Give me a thumbs up. Leave me a message. And subscribe. Bye. Thank you. It won't shut off. Sorry, guys, if you're still there. I'm trying to do my phone. Hold on. My battery closed. Maybe that's why.